Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Nashtuprayeshu Avadreshu Nityam Bhaktasivaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhagavati Naistiki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 24, the Subterranean Heavenly Planets, text number 18 on. So it's a discussion of the heavenly planets which are below Earth. So far we studied about Atal and Vital, and now we study more. Text 18. Below the planet Vital is another planet known as Sutal, where the great son of Maharaj Virochan, Bali Maharaj, who is celebrated as the most pious king, resides even now. For the welfare of Indra, the king of heaven, Lord Vishnu appeared in the form of a dwarf brahmachari as a son of Aditi and tricked Bali Maharaj by begging only 3 paces of land, but taken all the 3 worlds. Being very pleased with Bali Maharaj for giving all his possessions, the Lord, so that was Vamandev, the Lord returned his kingdom and made him richer than the opulent king Indra. Even now, Bali Maharaj engages in devotional service by worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the planet of Sutal Loka. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is described as Uttam Shloka, he who is worshipped by the best of selected Sanskrit verses. And his devotees, such as Bali Maharaj, are also worshipped by Punya Shloka, verses that increase one's piety. Bali Maharaj offered everything to the Lord, his wealth, his kingdom, and even his own body. The Lord appeared before Bali Maharaj as a Brahmin beggar, and Bali Maharaj gave him everything he had. However, Bali Maharaj did not become poor. By donating all his possessions to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he became a successful devotee and got everything back again with the blessings of the Lord. Similarly, those who give contributions to expand the activities of the Krishna consciousness movement and to accomplish its objectives will never be losers. They will get their wealth back with the blessings of Lord Krishna. So Prabhupada made a very bold statement. So those who give contributions to expand the activities of the Krishna consciousness movement and to accomplish its objectives will never be losers. They will get back their wealth with the blessings of Lord Krishna. So whichever way we make our contribution, dhan, man, dhan, whichever way, Krishna is very grateful. Krishna, all the acharyas, they're very grateful to the person who has done even a little service. They'll never forget. But on the other side, Prabhupada says, those who collect contributions on behalf of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness should be very careful not to use even a farthing of the collection for any purpose other than the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So even a farthing, I believe, it's even less than a paisa. If, let me Google it. What exactly it is, farthing. A former monetary unit and coin of UK, withdrawn in 1961, equal to quarter of an old penny. Quarter of an old penny means 1/4 of a 1 paisa of London, obviously. So that's how small. So one should not even use even that much of collection for his own sake. So if by giving to the service of the Lord, one gains so much, we can only imagine how much he's going to lose and how much he's going to suffer by stealing from Krishna. And Bali Maharaj, of course, Bali Maharaj did not voluntarily give everything to Vamandev. He gave only 3 paces of land, but that 3 paces, even in Geet Govinda, he said, Chalayasi, by trickery, Vamandev took away all the possessions of Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj gave only, Vamandev came as a little dwarf Brahman to the sacrificial arena of Bali Maharaj. And he has, okay, I just want 3 paces of land, like 3 feet, wherever I can put 3 of my tiny little feet. Of course, he didn't say tiny little feet, but it was never settled that he will increase his size. But this is what he did. So even this is the beauty of the Lord. Even if he cheats, ordinarily it will be considered very bad, but because the Lord does it, it's very sweet. But the purpose of the Lord is also different. Of course, he wanted to give Indra the kingdom back, which Bali Maharaj had taken away. And who is Bali Maharaj? He is a grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. So he had taken away the kingdom of Indra. So Vamandev, with his 2 steps, he took away everything, and then he told Bali Maharaj that you are a liar. You told me I can take 3 steps of land, and I covered everything that you had with 2 steps. Where should I put my 3rd step? So Bali Maharaj was humbled and he was humiliated, and he was put in he was bound up. And then he prayed to the Lord and he said, you put the 3rd step on my head, because you took away everything that I had, but you haven't taken my ego. So this is how he gave everything, and then Vamandev gave him back everything. Because Vamandev doesn't need anything. He just was doing all this to protect Indra. And then because of Bali Maharaj's guru, Shukracharya, he cursed him that by giving charity to this Brahman who's Vishnu himself, you're not following my orders. So you will go to Sutaloka. So to make sure his words also come true, because Shukracharya is a Brahman. So Bali Maharaj was given the kingdom of Sutaloka. And Vamandev is still there as a doorkeeper of Sutaloka, protecting Bali Maharaj. So this is the beauty of relationship between devotee and the Lord. And there is, I believe, around Diwali, there is a day when we do Bali Datiraj Puja in the south somewhere, where they said he comes to earth on that day. I don't exactly remember when it's around Diwali, somewhere around that time. So this is how he's famous, of Bali Maharaj. So we'll read about him in 8th canto. A wonderful story of Bali Maharaj. Text 19. My dear king, Bali Maharaj donated all his possessions to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vamandev. But one should certainly not conclude that he achieved his great worldly opulence in Vilsvarga as a result of his charitable disposition. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the source of life for all living entities, lives within everyone as a friendly supersoul. And under his direction, a living entity enjoys or suffers in the material world, greatly appreciating the transcendental qualities of the Lord. Bali Maharaj offered everything at his lotus feet. His purpose, however, was not to gain anything material, but to become a pure devotee. For a pure devotee, the door of liberation is automatically open. One should not think that Bali Maharaj was given so much material opulence merely because of his charity. When one becomes a pure devotee in love, he may also be blessed with a good material position by the will of the Supreme Lord. However, one should not mistakenly think that the material opulence of a devotee is a result of his devotional service. The real result of devotional service is the awakening of pure love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which continues under all circumstances. So Bali Maharaj did not get everything because he gave the charity to Vamandev. No, it was only because Vamandev wanted to give it. It's just his mercy. Many times there could be devotees who gave everything for the service of Krishna and still they're poor. And they become very, very poor. They could be. It's all up to Krishna, up to Vamandev to decide. So material opulence of a devotee is not the result of his devotional service. Result of devotional service is getting Krishna Prem. Rest everything is side effect. Whatever Krishna wants. But in this case, so we cannot just assume Bali Maharaj got everything, so I should also give and I'll also become multi-millionaire. Maybe it will happen, maybe it won't. But one thing for sure, one who gives to Krishna for his service is never a loser. Never, ever, ever. How Krishna reciprocates, it's up to him. Text 20. If one who is embarrassed by hunger or who falls down or stumbles chants the holy name of the Lord, even once, willingly or unwillingly, he is immediately freed from the reactions of his past deeds. Karmis entangled in material activities face many difficulties in practice of mystic yoga and other endeavors to achieve that same freedom. So Bali Maharaj performed devotional service and he got so much of mercy. And Prabhupada, and now Shukdev Goswami says about the chanting of the holy name. Chanting of the holy name is the best form of devotional service, especially in Kali Yuga. In all yugas actually, but especially in Kali Yuga. So now he's glorifying the holy name of the Lord so much that if one is embarrassed by hunger, so suppose somebody is hungry, especially when we fast, we get hungry. And then we say, oh, Krishna, I'm so hungry. Or one who falls down or stumbles. If we're falling down or stumbling, when we're walking, we hit our toe on something and then we're about to fall. Oh, Krishna, save me. Oh, Krishna. And now, just like the day I was reading, it's a joke that in India, even while belching or just well, we call it Dakar. So in India, even that is people take, oh, Holenath, and then they release the air. So even while doing that, when one chants the holy name, willingly or unwillingly, he is immediately freed from the reactions of his past deeds. Immediately. That's how powerful the holy name is. So Prabhupada quotes so many verses about the holy name. It's not a fact that one has to offer his material possessions to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. and be liberated before he can engage in devotional service. A devotee automatically attains liberation without separate endeavors. Bali Maharaj did not get back all his material possessions merely because of his charity to the Lord. One who becomes a devotee free from material desires and motives regards all opportunities, both material and spiritual, as benedictions from the Lord. And in this way, his service to the Lord is never hampered. Bhakti, material enjoyment, and mukti, liberation, are only byproducts of devotional service. A devotee need not work separately to attain mukti. Srila Bilumangal Thakur said, Mukti swayam mukulatanjali sevate asman. A pure devotee of the Lord does not have to endeavor separately for mukti, because mukti is always ready to serve him. So not just mukti, but bhakti also. Bhakti means the material enjoyment. They're ready, they're standing at the door of a devotee, waiting for the permission to get in. But devotee doesn't ask for all these things. He just wants to serve. In this regard, Chaitanya Charitamrita Anta Leela describes Haridas Thakur's confirmation of the effects of chanting the holy name of the Lord. Kehabale Nam Haite Hai Papakshay. Kehabale Nam Haite Jivera Moksha Hai. So he says, some say that by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one is freed from all the reactions of sinful life. And others say that by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one attains liberation from material bondage. Haridas kain name re dui phal nae. Name phale Krishna pade prema upajaye. Haridas Thakur, however, said that the desired result of chanting the holy name of the Lord is not that one is liberated from material bondage or freed from the reactions of sinful life. The actual result of chanting the holy name of the Lord is that one awakens his dormant Krishna consciousness, his loving service to the Lord. So that is a real result. Rest, everything are byproducts. Anusangika fal namera mukti papanash tahara drishtanta yaiche suryera prakash. Haridas Thakur said that liberation and freedom from the reactions of sinful activities are only byproducts of chanting the holy name of the Lord. If one chants the holy name of the Lord purely, he attains a platform of loving service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this regard, Haridas Thakur gave an example comparing the power of the holy name to sunshine. Eishlokera arthakara panditera gana sava kahe na tumi kaha artha vivran. He placed a verse before all the learned scholars present, but the learned scholars asked him to state the purport of the verse. Haridas kahe nyaiche suryera uday uday na haite arambit tamera haikshay. Haridas Thakur said that as the sun begins to rise, it dissipates the darkness of night, even before the sunshine is visible. Chor pret rakshasadir bhay hai nash, uday haile dharma karma adi prakash. Before the sunrise even takes place, the light of dawn destroys the fear of the dangers of the night, such as disturbances by thieves, ghosts, and rakshas. And when the sunshine actually appears, one engages in his duties. Aichen namo dayara rambhe, pap adi rakshay, uday kaile Krishna pade hai prem uday. Similarly, even before one's chanting of the holy name is pure, one is freed from all sinful reactions. And when he chants purely, he becomes a lover of Krishna. So Haridas Thakur is saying, just like when the sun is rising, and even before we see the sun on the horizon, the sun rays already appearing. And because of that sunlight, all the thieves and the rakshas, and because they all work in the darkness, and when the sunlight is there, little sunlight, they all run away. So similarly, even the holy name, full holy name, has not appeared in our heart. Pure holy name. It's only Nam Abhas. Means we are just getting a mere reflection of the holy name. All these sinful reactions, they just run away from our heart. They just run away from our lives. So getting rid of pap is not a big deal. Not for the person who's engaged in chanting of the holy names. Mukti tuchha phal hai, nama bhas hai. Ye mukti bhakta na lay, say Krishna chahe. A devotee never accepts mukti, even if Krishna offers it. Mukti, freedom from all sinful reactions, is obtained even by nama bhas, or a glimpse of the light of the holy name before its full light is perfectly visible. The Namahabhas stage is between that of Namaprad, the chanting of the holy name with offenses, and pure chanting. There are 3 stages in chanting the holy name of the Lord. In the first stage, one commits 10 kinds of offenses while chanting. In the next stage, Namabhas, the offenses have almost stopped, and one is coming to the platform of pure chanting. In the third stage, when one chants the Hare Krishna mantra without offenses, his dormant love for Krishna immediately awakens. This is the perfection, and that is what we need to achieve. The rest, everything is secondary. So that's why when people cannot understand, normal people, they cannot understand why we keep on chanting so many songs every day. They said, Bhagwan ko bhi aram karne do, whatever nonsense this. So the thing is, and also they say, oh, kitne paap kiye, paap sare dhul gaye, ab khatam karo, bahut hogi chanting, this and that. No. Our purpose of chanting is to attain love for Krishna. And that can only be attained in this day and age by coming to the platform of pure chanting. So that is a stage we have to get to. Text 21. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart as a super soul, sells himself to his devotees, such as Narad Muni. In other words, the Lord gives pure love to such devotees and gives himself to those who love him purely. Great self-realized mystic yogis, such as the 4 Kumaras, also derive great transcendental bliss from realizing the super soul within themselves. The Lord became Bali Maharaja's doorkeeper, not because of his giving everything to the Lord, but because of his exalted position as a lover of the Lord. Although he was a Daitya, he was born in a Daitya family, grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, great grandson of great Hiranyakashipu. And his father also, Virochan, he wasn't a devotee, but because of the presence of Prahlad Maharaj in that dynasty, everybody got mercy of the Lord. And Bali Maharaj, although he had defeated the demigods, he had taken over the kingdom of Indra, but still he was a devotee. And at the right time, his devotional service, devotional attitude, it just sprung up. So because of his exalted position as a great devotee of the Lord gave him everything, and he became his doorkeeper. So when Ram and Ravan, they were fighting, and Lord Ram defeated Ravan, and he sent him home. He said, okay, come back tomorrow and we'll fight again. So that night, first he went to Kailash and Shivji sent him back. He said, no, you have I'm not going to fight on your behalf. Yes, I promised you I'll protect you. The only way I can protect you is by giving you advice to go back, give Sita back to Ram and take his shelter. You will be saved. Otherwise, nobody can save you now. And then Ravan, he knew Bali Maharaj is in Sutal Lok. So he went to Sutal planet also. Because Ravan also comes in the same descent. He's a descendant of Bali Maharaj. Somehow they are related. So he wanted to enter the gate. But Vamandev was the doorkeeper. So somehow Vamandev knew Ravan has come. So first he played with him for a while, he didn't let him in. But somehow Ravan took a very small form and somehow he squeezed through the gate and entered the gate. And he went to meet Bali Maharaj. And when he went, and Bali Maharaj said, okay, what do you want? Why you have come? Ravan first glorified him. This is how one should ask for anything. And then he has said, oh, this big war I am in, and you should come and fight on my side against this Vishnu, Ram. Bali Maharaj said, are you crazy? You want to fight Ram? I mean, you're gonna die. Definitely you're gonna die. And Ravan was still puffed up and he said, no, don't say that. You should come fight on my behalf. Give me something and that I can, give me some powers or something. Bali Maharaj said, okay, he's not going to understand like that. Bali Maharaj took him to the courtyard of the palace. And Bali Maharaj said, you see what's in the center of this courtyard? And Ravan looked and it looked like a huge mountain of gold and emeralds and rubies and diamonds and so many things. Huge mountain. Ravan said, wow, so much of gold. He loved gold. Bali Maharaj said, okay, why don't you, I'll help you first if you try to move this mountain of gold. Ravan was very happy. Okay. He went and he put his hand under that mountain of gold and he couldn't even move it, even one single millimeter. And he came back and he said, Bali Maharaj, what is this? So much of gold and I cannot even move it. Bali Maharaj said, no, let's go back a little and then you'll get a better picture of this thing. So they went back a little distance from that gold mountain. So then Ravan looked, he said, it looks like earring. Why is it earring? Such a huge earring. Bali Maharaj said, this is the earring of when you came as Hiranyakashipu. And in fight with Lord Narasimhadev, this earring fell and it fell here in Sutal Loka. You were so big that this was your earring at that time. And now you cannot even move that earring. You were wearing that earring and now you cannot even move. And Ram is same Narasimhadeva. Same Narasimhadeva has come as Ram. And you think you can defeat him? Just take my word, go back, give Sita back to Ram. Just ask for forgiveness, he'll forgive you and he'll go back. He doesn't want your kingdom. But Ravan still did not listen. But anyway, that was all part of his pastime of the Lord. So this is what the story is of Bali Maharaj at Sutal Loka. Anyway, we'll read more about Bali Maharaj even tomorrow. There are a few more verses, but later on in the 8th canto, we'll read more about this wonderful devotee. So we'll stop here. See if anybody has any questions or comments.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
तो दिवाली के आसपास जो साउथ में फेस्टिवल होता है, दैट्स ओणम आई थिंक।
But there is Bali Dataraj Puja also.
हाँ हाँ
I
Onam
don't
ही
know.
होता है।
Onam is the same. I don't know. Radha Prabhu would know
Radha
better.
Prabhu must be knowing about it.
But it is there, Bali Dataraj Puja. I know in our Vaishnav calendar it is mentioned.
है प्रभु जी, है। हम लोगों के कोई जानने वाले हैं, वो करते हैं, बट मुझे लग रहा है ये ओणम ही है।
I don't know.
एक वो
I'll
जनवरी के
be-
आसपास भी आता है कोई फेस्टिवल इनका, जब हमारे यहाँ पे संस्कृति होती है ना, माघ की। ये जो लोहड़ी के आसपास आता है, क्या फेस्टिवल होता है?
Oh,
लोहड़ी
that is
के-
different. That is different.
नेक्स्ट डे जो होता है
Yeah.
खिचड़ी, जिसको हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, संक्रांत, पोंगल। हाँ, पोंगल और ओणम, इन दोनों में से कोई एक होता है शायद से। कंफ्यूज हो रही हूँ मैं। अच्छा चलो, राधा प्रभु जी को पता होगा शायद।
I'm reading on the Google. It is जो भाई दूज वाला दिन होता है ना, same day.
बट इट्स ओणम
Same.
और इट्स लाइक पोंगल और ये ओणम।
Bali. No, Bali Puja. Bali
बलि पूजा।
Dataraj.
ओके।
So it's next day of Diwali, right?
यस,
Or
नेक्स्ट टू
2
नेक्स्ट
days
डे।
later.
नेक्स्ट टू नेक्स्ट डे तो वो गोवर्धन पूजा होती है।
हाँ, Govardhan
And-
Puja, yeah.
हाँ, उसके अगले दिन।
So many festivals are there.
यस प्रभु जी। थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I guess we can stop here. You all have a safe day and safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.
Thank you प्रभु जी। हरे